again. Well, it's 10 o'clock at night on a Thursday, and I am in Filbert heading over to the wash. This is one of those... that was ice. Crap. This is one of those reality things. So, as you know, or you probably, if you are stuck under a rock somewhere, we are in a major cold snap on the east coast of the United States. And kind of unprecedented for it to be as cold as it has been for as long as it is. So, the wash has been mostly dead. I had one day where I did $1.25 in sales, and that was somebody vacuuming out a work truck. But it's had its on and off days. I had one day where I did like $135, which I'm like, okay, well, fine. But right now, I just got a call a few minutes ago from James. He was over doing his checks, and he said Bay 5 is pretty bad. I had him put cones in it. We're on top of everything because everyone is panicking and panic buying everything around here. You know, bread, milk, toilet paper, blah, blah, blah. The big one is salt. And I have 2 bags of salt left. One of which is in the back of my van here. I'm hoping it's in the back of my van here. But I've got 2 bags of salt left, and I just slid right there. There is not any salt in the state of Delaware. I mean, it literally, it doesn't matter who you call. They don't have it. They don't know when they're going to get it. My local Home Depot has been selling pool salt, water softener salt.
Text message from David May.
Everything else, trying to keep up with it. I didn't get anything when I was there. I tried calling an Ace Hardware today that supposedly was getting a shipment. The guy openly laughed, and was like, yeah, that's not happening. So I may end up driving to Maryland at some point tomorrow. I may end up taking the day off from work. I have some vacation days. But in the meantime, I'm heading over right now to see what I can chip away with a shovel, get some hot water behind it. It's going to be a mess. This is the fun part of this business. If I had heated floors, it'd make a difference. The over-under on whether or not it's going to be worth it to try and fix the damn heated floors is, I'm not there yet. Although, if we got, I don't care where you are politically or whatever, but global warming, if this shit keeps up, that might change my priority on that. Now, that being said, I can take the choice to either shut the thing down, or I can keep it open and service people who need to wash, and that's what I'm trying to do. I do have some coming through here, but man, it's it's something special for sure. I got a trash can I gotta do as well. No, but okay. I'll take some video here. This is not going to be a long video. I'm not going to make it short, but I'm going to post this, and we will show you what we're dealing with here. And again, I apologize for the audio and everything else. I didn't even have the bright idea to make this video until I was getting in the van. I thought, well, let's see. It's also 16 degrees here, so yeah, that's also fun. We'll see how long I can keep this up. Talk to you all in a few. All right, here's where we are. As you see, there's snow. My little dumpster, the snow that got pushed over here, at least I have access. Suburban propane, and yeah. So this problem is a problem caused by itself. I'll explain in a minute. Looks like Bay 4 is kind of a dumpster fire. They did just salt this one. Bay 3... looks like the foam brush tried to go off at some point. Bay 2, okay, not too bad. Where people walk is what's most important, and there's not a whole lot. A little bit of, I try to focus on where I put my salt at. I'm actually going to cut through 2 and come around the front here. Yeah, I mean, it's really not as bad as it looks in terms of being crazy slippery. But as you see, the weep is going off. That one does a pretty good job, even when you see it run by the little spring that runs down the drain. You'll see why. I'll show you why Bay 5 is a problem. And it's not a problem with the design. It's a problem with the installer, me. It was the first one I did, and I stupidly, well, 50-50, because of the angle at which the drain pipe comes out, it wasn't hitting, but this one runs out and causes a bit of a glaze here. So we're gonna go in and work on that for a few and put some other salt out and see what we can do. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna come back much, maybe afterwards to show you what I've done, but this hat looks ridiculous. I don't care, it's warm. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this so I can go home and go to bed, because I've worked all day, I have been to the gym, I've cooked dinner, and I am exhausted. So if I come back, I come back. If not, I'll post it. Have a good night. All right, so I made the executive decision to shut down the pre-soak, the wheel and tire, and the foam brush. And what you're seeing here are the lines draining back. The premix is draining back into the tanks. It makes a bit of a foamy mess, particularly in the case of the pre-soak, because it's designed to foam. But yeah, it's pretty damn cold out there, and I'm afraid of blowing a line in the ceiling, actually. So I'm making this decision to do this, and I've got my signs up, and it'll only be for a day or two, but it's better than blowing things up for all the customers, for the couple of customers I might not be able to offer full services for this weekend. So I'm just here hanging out, waiting on these lines to stop oozing to make sure that things drain down.
Okay, so bit of a venue change from the wash. Currently sitting in a laundromat, actually one that I've looked at purchasing to add to the portfolio at one point, but I'm going to make this short and sweet. Um, I lost some of the footage from the other day from when I was trying to show draining back everything in the system. So I drained everything back. Everything, all the lines cleared out. Two of the foam brush lines had frozen up. I went over it this morning and turned everything back on. It was pretty much down all weekend. I didn't lose much business. It's been rough. The weather has been atrocious around here. I spent 2 hours with a floor scraper cracking ice out of the bays that I've salted. It's just now 31, so I'm hoping that things will soften up a little bit. I'm going to go over later on and see if I can get the rest of it. Unfortunately, my afternoon plans got a little bit delayed. We are in the middle of our move from our house in Maryland to our house here in Delaware. We brought everything back over last night, or not everything. We brought a first load over to a storage unit, and we've been working on doing that. And then in the middle of everything, our gas dryer at the house here just shorted out and blew the breaker, and it's a dead short. As soon as you plug it in, the breaker pops. I don't like the dryer. We've had some issues with it anyway, and it needs work. It needs a valve that is $430. Why would you replace that on a basic gas dryer? So at this point, I just said, screw it, and we ordered a new one. So, but I had wet clothes we had to deal with. Fortunately, I had taken today off because so far behind on the move, and I also was really sore after, going down the stairs, unfortunately, and everything else. So, yeah, I'm going to cut this here because, again, I'm sitting in a laundromat waiting on my clothes to dry. So not really pertinent to the car wash, but I didn't want to just abruptly end the video. Um, we've got another week here on the East Coast of this crap, and then hopefully we'll finally get to where we're getting above 32 every day, or at least getting close to it, which will make it easier to keep things going. Um, I will keep reporting as I can. I've got a few ideas for some other content that I am going to put together based on comments people made in the videos. Greatly appreciate it. Please keep that up. If there's something you want to hear, we talk about. Yeah, I normally do more longer format videos than this, but this is just kind of a short, hey, crap, got to run over and do this. Good to go. Also, today I managed to get Bay 5 broken up enough I could get a ladder in there, and I was able to reseal the swivel that has been causing the pinata of death, that giant icicle that I did a short about a few weeks ago, or last week, a few days ago. Um, and I went ahead and I've had to kill two more of those pinatas since then. It's been a mess. That said, I'm going to wrap it up here. Appreciate everything. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow if you'd like to. It really helps the channel out, and I greatly appreciate all of my viewers. Have a great day.